All right, good evening. We are going to be doing converting measurements part 2. So go ahead and get that title written on your the top of your paper. This is going to be the first video lesson that we've had the second 9 weeks. Tags along with what we did today in class on converting measurements part 1. Okay. So today what we're going to be using are the same ratios, setting up proportions that we did today. We're also going to pull in some reference material. There's a reference chart. Take it out of there so it's not so shiny. That you get on your STAR test this year for the 7th grade STAR. And it will tell you some conversions here. So we're going to be using these conversions today. Not something you need to memorize. You'll be able to use this on any test you take because you're able to also use them on a OnStar. Okay, so let's go ahead and get started. The first thing we're going to do is just an example. I'm not going to write any new notes because the steps are the same as they were for what we did today in class. So my first example is going to be a ruler is 12 inches long. Okay. What is the length of this ruler in centimeters? So I'm going from metric to customary. Okay. So what is 12 inches in, we're going from inches to centimeters. That's what we don't know. So if we went back and we looked at our notes from today in class, we said step one was to set up a ratio with what you're trying to find out. This includes the one with the missing part. So it's the first ratio, what you know with what you don't know. So that's what I know here. A ruler, we know a ruler is 12 inches long. How many centimeters is 12 inches? Well, then we have to know our proportion. We have to set up what we're comparing it to, which is our second ratio. And if we were to look at our reference chart here, we can see that 1 inch is 2.54 centimeters. Okay, so 1 inch is 2.54 centimeters. Okay, so we would just do what? What's our second step? Cross multiply and then divide by the top, what's left over. All right. So we're going to cross multiply first. When we cross multiply, we get 12 times 2.54. And I want you to pause the video. I want you to work that out. And that's going to equal 30.48. 30.48. So now we can say 12 inches equals 30.48 centimeters. Okay. All right, we're going to make this a little harder now. Example number 2. A kitten weighs 4 pounds. 4 pounds, and that's abbreviated by LBS. 4 pounds. What is the approximate mass of the kitten in kilograms? So we're going from pounds to kilograms. We don't know what this is. So we need to find something on our conversion chart that tells us some information what we could work with. Well, on our conversion chart, we have weight and mass down here. We have a pound is 16 ounces, and but we don't know how many ounces are in a gram. So it's not going to be on this chart, but it would be some information I would tell you. Okay, so I can tell you right now that a pound, 1 ounce is equal to a certain amount of grams. Okay, I'm going to tell you what that is. 1 ounce equals 28.35 grams. Okay, so notice here that I didn't say kilograms. So we got to put it into we got to put it into kilograms from grams. All right? So, because that's what our answer needs to be in. So we're going to have to set up kilograms on the bottom. We have to put grams to kilograms first. How many grams are in 1 kilogram? 1,000 grams equals 1 kilogram. Then sorry guys, I meant to tell you what a pound was. This is not the right conversion. I mean, it is a correct conversion, but I wanted to go from pounds to grams. We're going to erase. Okay, so I messed up right here, guys. So I'm going to give you this conversion again. Okay, sorry about that. 0.454 kilograms equals 1 pound. And that is a conversion that I could give you no problem. Okay, so 0.54 kilograms, if this is what we have to work with, then we need to make sure that our units they measure when we set up our proportions. Remember in class today I told you you have to have, if you have pounds on top on the first ratio, you need to have pounds on top on the second ratio. So 1 pound is equal to 0.454 kilograms. Okay, now could you cross multiply and divide to get the answer over here? Yes, because now we're pounds, pounds, kilograms, kilograms. Now we're ready to cross multiply and divide. Okay, so we have 4 pounds times 0.454 kilograms. So we're doing 4 times 0.454 kilograms. And that equals, do your math. Go ahead and do your math. Pause it. Do your math. Remember your decimals. There's 3 numbers after a decimal there, so your final answer you're going to need to move the decimal over 3 times. So you should get something like this, 1.816. So that means 4 pounds equals 1.816 kilograms. Okay? All right. Let's do another example. A team ran 1.25 miles during their practice. how many kilometers did the team run? Okay, so let's write down what we know. If they ran 1.25 miles during their practice, that's 1.25 miles. And we want to know what that is in kilometers. So we got to set up a ratio of something that goes from miles to kilometers. So we need to research how many miles are in a kilometer. And if you were to research that, you would find out that 1 mile, remember you need to put that on the top because that's where you have over here, 1 mile equals 1.609 kilometers. Okay? So now we're doing 1 mile, 1.25 miles times 1.609 kilometers. We're going to cross multiply and then divide by 1. So pause, do your math. 1.25 times 1.609. And let's just go ahead and round it to 2 decimal places after the decimal. 2 places after the decimal. 2.01. So we could say over here, we could write out our answer that 1.25 miles equals 2.01 kilometers. All right. So that's all we're going to do for today. You just need to make sure you know how to set up these proportions and then cross multiply and then divide. All right, have a good night.